Okay, I'm going to talk about my younger years growing up. First off, just a little genealogy. My mom was born in 1912, and my father was born in 1914. My father was in World War II. When the war ended in 1945, about 4 years later, I was born. I was third in the litter. My sister, then my brother, then myself. Not all at the same time, 2 years apart. Now, with that said, I had an interesting life growing up. I'll give you a good example. A day came when my mother got a hold of my brother and I and said, we have to go over to this school over here and we're going to get shots. Shots, yeah. Something that we just yearned for, you know. So anyway, we got over to this school, and it was on a Saturday, I believe, and they had a nurse. Now back then, the nurses wore the white nurse's hat and the stockings and the white dress, white shoes, and they always act grumpy because they were in charge, you know. And so we got there, and the nurse was sitting at a desk, and it was one of the kids' desks. It wasn't the kind where the chair was attached to the desk. It was where you could lift the desk lid up. It was a wooden top, and you'd throw everything inside. And the chair was separate. Well, she was sitting at this desk, and she was writing down people's names. So my mom gave our names to the nurse, and then we went and stood in line. And we're standing there. And as we're standing there, my brother turns to me and he said, do you remember the shed Dad built out back? And he had that box of rusty nails. He didn't like to waste anything. And some of the nails were real big. I said, yeah, I remember that. He said, that's how big the needles are. And so I lovingly said to my brother, shut up. And he said, yeah, not only that, but if they don't give you the shot right, your arm will fall off. That's when my mom intervened by snapping him in the ear with her finger. And of course, my mom, when she did it, it wasn't anything like what my dad could do. When my dad snapped your ear, the neighbors jumped from the noise. But when my mom did it, it was like, oh, yeah. So it was no big deal. But my brother waited for a little while, and then he said, you're going to cry when you get the shot. I'm not going to cry, but you'll cry. Well, unknown to us, the young man who was standing in front of us with his mom, he was listening. So when they got to the door, they kept closed when they sent the kids in. And by the way, there must have been a different door where kids left, because they never came out the same door went in. As far as we knew, the kids just disappeared. Well, when they opened that door, that kid grabbed onto the door frame with both hands. And it took two nurses and his mom to peel him off and then drag him in the room, and they closed the door. And about 30 seconds later, we hear this blood-curdling scream. My brother lovingly turned to me and said, yep, they killed him. Yeah, that was part of growing up in the younger days. It was I think I was about 6 or 7 years old at that time. Yeah, that's what it was like. Well, thanks again. Watch for the next one. It'll be coming soon. God bless.